So I'm going to observe that this says solve, which means I'm trying to get x by itself. I notice there's not an equal sign, right? But we treat the inequality sign like the equal sign. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the side without the x. Oh, I noticed that I have addition. So I'm going to deal with that first, right? This is multiplication. This is addition. Always addition and subtraction first. I'm going to bring down negative 7x. 29 minus 8 is 21. Now x is being multiplied by negative 7. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to divide by negative 7. And two things happen here. First, 21 divided by negative 7, positive divided by negative is negative. And notice here, when I divide by a negative, I flip the sign, okay? Because I'd multiply or divide by a negative, the sign flips, and here's my answer. Number 2, this says solve for x, okay? So I need x by itself. Right now, here's my equal sign. So I need to get everything else besides the x to the other side of the equation. So I'm gonna start by getting rid of divided by a. I'm gonna multiply by a. Okay, this becomes x minus w equals n times a. And I'm just going to write that as n, a. You can write a, n. You don't need a multiplication dot. You can just write the letters right next to each other. That means multiplication. Okay, and now I still need x by itself. Right now w is being subtracted, so I'm going to go ahead and add it. And I'm going to write x equals. I have my n times a plus w. And notice no parentheses are needed here. And the reason is, because order of operations, the multiplication happens first, and that's exactly what I want to happen first, is the multiplication. If I wanted the addition to happen first, then I'd have to put parentheses on it, but as it is, this will be multiplication first and then addition. Here's number 3. Okay, the directions on this one would be solve as well. I observe that this is a proportion, which means I'm gonna cross multiply. So I'm gonna do 7 times x minus 4 equals 3 times 14. I'm going to distribute, so that's 7 times x, 7 times negative 4. 3 times 14 is 42. And I'm going to add, I'm going to get x by itself now. So right, here's my equal sign. I'm just going to make sure I have x by itself. Oops. This adds up to 70. And I get x equals 10. Okay. Translate. A number decreased by 10. Okay, a number. So I start with a number and I'm decreasing it. I'm making it 10 less. Okay, I'm making it 10 less. So I'm going to take away 10. I'm starting with some cookies and I'm going to decrease by 10. I'm going to subtract 10. Okay, sum. The sum, that means add. The sum of a number and 9. So the sum of a number and 9, the sum of a number and 9 is the same as equals 17. Solve for y. Here's my equal sign. I want y by itself. Let's start by getting rid of the term with the x. Okay, this cancels. I'm going to bring down 4y equals. Notice I'm going to bring down these terms separate. They're not like terms. I can't combine them. I'm going to write negative 8x and bring down plus 12. Now, y is being multiplied by 4. I want y by itself, right? I'm solving for y, so I'm going to divide by 4. Divide all the way through. Negative divided by positive is negative. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Bring down the x, right? This is negative 8x divided by 4, negative 2x. Don't forget the x. And then 12 divided by 4 is positive 3.